Community College's Culinary Arts Program, UHMC. What we're doing today is we're going to discuss setup for the knife competition, for the Into the Fire culinary competition. The Into the Fire is going to consist of three parts. The first part is going to be the knife cutting section. So this is what we're going to be talking today about. And the first segment that we want to discuss is mise en place. That'll consist of your first 10 minutes getting into the kitchen and getting yourself organized. And as you can kind of see here, this is a technique that I picked up while going up to Culinary Community College and watching their culinary arts team compete and set up. And it's not quite as extensive as what they do up there, but it's very similar and it's pretty efficient. And what you're going to want to do is have everything ready to go when you come into the kitchen. So what I have here is I have these nice little Lexans. It doesn't have to be to this extent, that this fancy kind of stuff. It can be clear little plastic containers. It can be clear cups. Make sure that it's something large enough where you can put water in and large enough to hold the volume of product that you're going to be cutting, because you don't want to have a small little container like this and have something that you're going to need 3 or 4 cups for, because this is pretty much just a 1 to 2 cup little holding device. So appropriate size container. If you can get them uniform, remember there's going to be 3 of you cutting. The 3 of you on the team will be cutting simultaneously. So the more uniform your team can look, the better it looks to the judges. So it's almost like synchronized swimming. You know, when you watch the Olympics and you see the synchronized swimmers, it's very much like that. The judges will be judging you not only on your ability to cut these precision cuts, but also how well the team of 3 cuts together. Meaning, did they all cut successfully and get the exact cuts? So that extends even into what we term mise en place. How you walk into the kitchen, are you all in uniform? Are your uniforms all the same with the same logos? Simple little things as, are your uniforms buttoned in the same direction? Are they on the left side or are they on the right side? Wearing the same hats, wearing the same colored aprons, coming in and setting up your station identical. Because what the judges are looking for, and these are industry professionals, is they're going to be looking to see how well you work together and how organized you are. And we a lot of the times translate an organized kitchen into successful cooking. Meaning a kitchen where you see chefs unorganized and with things all over the place, sometimes that translates into the quality of food not being as high as a kitchen that is very precise and very organized and very tidy. So these are the containers. If you kind of take a look around, and again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on mise en place, but I will open up for questions after. These are the containers I use. And what I did last night is I went through and I thought about all of the things that I'm going to be cutting. So I have potatoes. I have a container for potatoes as I peel them, as I have scraps, and then as I produce the cuts that are required, meaning the bâtonnet and the small dice. I have a container for the onions as I small dice my onions. I have a container for my carrots as I rondelle my carrots or make carrot rounds. Chopped garlic or minced garlic. Chiffonaded basil. Scrap. Usable and unusable scrap. So these are all items that you're going to want to set up. Your knives, your food product, your sanitation bucket with your sanitized towel, a dry towel to wipe down your board. As you're working, and you're going to see it, we're going to stop and again we're going to do little clips in little sections. You're going to see me wipe down and clean the cutting board and keep an organized cutting board, because as the chefs come in, they're going to watch to see whether you have mess all over your board. Did you work neat? Did you work organized? Are you working together as a team? Meaning, as you go through this process, like synchronized swimming, you should be doing things together. First, potatoes. Next, onions. Next, carrots. Whatever that order might be. You should be progressing through the order together and then coming to a completion together. So this is our setup. This is what I have here as far as, and as we work today, we're gonna start filling these up and you're gonna see how organized things are. So we have our knives, again, our product. This all needs to be accomplished within 10 minutes. Literally, you're gonna walk into the kitchen empty with just a cutting board on your table. This will be all that you need to provide on your own. So you're gonna need to come in with your own containers, your own knife kit, get your own sanitation bucket set up. We'll have the product rating for you. So you'll need to select product, and we'll talk a little bit more about product later. But again, this is a general mise en place setup for the start of the culinary competition. First 10 minutes.